What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Had to take a quick sip before we got started. So today's video is an exciting one. I've been planning this one for the past couple of weeks, and I'm really excited to finally record it. Today's video is going to be my fitness transformation of 4 years, completely natural, of course. Natural. I'm joking, of course, completely natural. So I'm working out for 4 years now, and I've put on a grand total of about 40 to 50 pounds since I've started working out, and built a pretty decent physique, if I do say so myself. So this is going to be my journey, and I'm also going to give some tips along the way and things that I should have done differently. And also at the end of the video, I'm going to talk about some things that I've learned throughout my fitness journey. So, and I got the pictures that I'm going to have them in the video, but of course, I got to look at them when I'm talking to y'all, or else I'm going to lose track and I'll be all over the place. I also got it written down in front of me, so let's hope we stay on track. So I started working out in 2020, around when COVID hit. The exact date I got right here was June 17th, 2020. That was the first picture I've ever taken at the gym, and I'll put that picture up. It'll be on the screen, so y'all will see it. It'll be on the screen somewhere. So this was the first time I went to the gym. I went with my boy, one of my closest friends. He he is a football player. So big guy, big dude, like 6'3", like 280, right? Straight muscle. He was like, I was talking to him and I was like, yo, bro, like, there's nothing for me to really do. Like, I'm thinking about getting into the gym and like really getting fit and like trying to get big, because for those of you that don't know, I'm pretty short. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to be short and skinny. I need some muscle. So he was like, oh, well, why don't you come down to the gym with me sometime? I'll show you around, give you some pointers or whatever. So went to the gym, and I remember the exact workout we did. It was like an arm workout. And I could even curl like the 20s, let alone the 25s, which is crazy to think how far we've come. But the day was very humbling, and also like got in my mind like, okay, we got work we got to do. I need to like really like lock in and focus. My start weight was 135 pounds. I always had a pretty good, like, I've always been pretty broad, like with my shoulders, and I've always had a good set of abs. And that's before like I even started working out. I've always been pretty good with those two things, so keep that in mind as a physique improves over the years. And here's just some pictures that I'm gonna pop on the screen of the physique. Goodness gracious. Another thing you're gonna see improve, the gym fits were not good at all. These are some atrocious fits. I can't believe I walked in the house like this. But got the gym, and then I kind of had to get myself in kind of like a groove. So I started working out, of course, at a Planet Fitness, which I still have my Planet Fitness membership to this day. I think you can, for beginners especially, Planet Fitness is very good, and you can build a nice foundation from there. So, I kind of was just coming in and just doing stuff. Like, I didn't know exactly what I was doing. I was kind of just showing up and figuring out like workouts and machines, and like just trying to learn, but also just doing things. I remember one time in particular, I was doing this one exercise where I had the cables and I was just going like this, but like I was doing it with both hands. So I was like, which I guess is an exercise, and it probably is, but I thought I was the man when I did that. I was like, oh yeah, I'm strong, man. The pump is crazy. And it looked ridiculous. But, you got to learn. You all start from somewhere. I'm mad. One thing I wish I did is that I took more progress videos and not just photos. Man, so videos. That way I can see, like how I performed in exercise back then and how I do it now. Because you see that now, especially with social media and stuff, people are like starting their progress journey. And a lot of people are recording themselves at the gym more. So that's something that I wish that I did back then. But, like I said, we all do things, and I recommend everybody record themselves at the gym. Of course, do it. Don't be a dick about it. Ask politely, like, hey, I'm about to record. Don't be that dickhead. Oh, why are you stepping in my camera? We're better than that. So For the first year, let's just say, I was going relatively consistently. I was going Monday through Friday, and this is the split that I kind of came up with in my brain that I was doing. So Monday was chest, shoulders, and back. Tuesday was legs, hamstrings, and calves and quads. Wednesday was arms, so biceps, triceps. Thursday was core, which keep that in mind. And then Friday was absurd. It was arms, so biceps, triceps, legs, hamstrings, and quads and calves, and core to finish off. And I didn't go on Saturday, and I didn't go on Sunday, which I still don't go on Sunday to this day. That is a absolutely atrocious split, and I don't think anybody should ever copy that split. One day I might do that split just to see like what it's like, but that was a bad split. And the thing that didn't make any sense was I believe that volume equals gains. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do as much exercise as possible. But the split doesn't lend itself to even that, except for like core and arms. I hit those twice a week, but I'm not hitting my shoulders more than once. I'm only hitting my back once a week. So, and I'm only hitting, actually, yeah. So legs, arms, and actually, yeah, and core are the only things I'm hitting twice a week, which is absurd because I don't even train my core now. Like maybe you'll get me doing some leg raises, but other than that, I don't train my core to this day. I know, kill me, but whatever. It is what it is. So within my first year of lifting, I would say, and I started eating like more. Like I started eating, like oats and stuff. My diet wasn't really tracked. I was kind of just intuitively eating, thinking like, oh, I got to eat, especially like protein. I remember the muscle milk drinks was like my go-to. I would drink those at least like 3 a day. Um, and that was my shit. Like especially the strawberry one. But yeah, good shit. So I got all the way up to about, let's say, 155 and maybe 160. Just looking at these pictures, I'd say closer to 155 sounds about right. Maybe 150, but I put on some decent size in terms of like just gaining more weight. I went from like a very like lean, pretty skinny guy to you can like look at me and be like, okay, he at least works out maybe a little bit. Like maybe this is like a CrossFitter we're talking about. We were getting there. Oh, this picture is crazy. But so yeah, that's where about I got to, and then in my head, for some reason, I was like, oh well, we got some decent muscle on the frame. Let's go on a cut. So I just wanted to see like, oh, let's go on a cut. Which fun tip for everybody: if you were just starting off in the gym, and I was a year, maybe a year and a half in the gym at this point, do not go on a cut. You want to build your base, you want to build your foundation before you start like even thinking about cutting body fat. Like you're gonna put on some fat. You're starting off. You're gonna put muscle on. You're gonna put on some fat. That's part of what comes along with the territory. So I was like, oh yeah, let me go on a cut. And I completely screwed myself because I ended up just losing size because I didn't have a diet. I was just like, oh, I got to eat less and do more cardio, which in the grand scheme of things, yes, that's a cut. But I wasn't keeping protein intake high. I wasn't, tracking my macros or anything like that. I was kind of starving myself to cut weight. And I mean, a little bit it worked. I got a little definition in some places. I can tell that my shoulders were going to be a strong point on the physique. They started to get a little capped. And that's just again like genetics. Everyone has genetic strong points. So I did that, and I was like, okay, well, after maybe like I think like 3 4 months, I was like, we got to fix this. So I went on a calorie surplus, aka bulk. Not like I wouldn't say it was anything like serious because I attempted to cut around October. If you're looking at the timeline, I started at the gym in June of 2020. and I main gained until about October of 2021. So a good decent amount of time of just maintaining, getting to learn the gym, and I went on a cut at October 2021, and then I was like, okay, this is bad. We got to fix this. So I didn't realize it until April of 2022. We're in 2022 now. I went on my first official bulk. I started taking creatine. I started drinking a gallon of water a day. I really like started to focus on the physique and like really like, and I got a whole new training split that was actually focused on, each muscle and training each muscle and like the different parts of it. So like your upper chest and lower chest and stuff like that. And, this is where I really saw my physique like blow up or get bigger. I felt like, numbers were going up in terms of just like strength numbers. And I know y'all can see from the pictures right here, the body just looks more full. And, this is where I'd say a majority of my gains that I have to this day came from this bulk right here. Um, I got even like more of a better base. So there's also this thing that a lot of people should know about, especially newbies, like body recomposition. So like I got all the way up to 180 on this bulk, but like I think my maintain weight was probably about 170. Like look at this right here. The maintain weight was probably about 170, and that's like just my base weight, right? So that happens just by you training over time and your body getting used to the mass that you put onto it instead of always fluctuating between bulking and cutting, which is needed. That's why I suggest everyone should main gain at least once or twice, within the first like few years of them lifting instead of just always worried about bulking or cutting. But this is where again, majority of the gains came from. This is when we started taking trend, joking, of course. Um, but yeah, I stuck to that for about a year or so. And then I was like, okay, we got some pretty good size right here. Let me try to lean down a little bit just to see, right? So I cut down about 10 to 15 pounds and we went from 180 to about 165. And it wasn't bad, but in terms of like a cut and being lean, I was like, I can do better. I kind of like half-assed it. I did drop weight and I did lose some body fat, but not as much as like we're trying to do now. Um, and that's just due to me again, learning more about training, learning more about nutrition. So I kind of half-assed the cut, and then I was like, okay, let's get back up the weight, but I want to go even higher this time. I was like, let me try to hit 190 in weight, which I did do on this past bulk right here. Again, I'm gonna put up some pictures, some videos. This is also where I started to make TikToks and do more on social media, and kind of where we're here now. We're getting more towards the present day, and this is where I started my current training split, which is going to be Monday. We got chest and back. Tuesday we have quads and hamstrings. The first time I actually split up my leg workout in terms of the hamstrings and the quads and putting them on two separate days. Wednesday we got arms, so biceps and triceps, and a little bit of forearms going in there. Thursday we have chest and shoulder. Friday is just straight back, and then Saturday is hamstrings and calves, and then Sunday, of course, I've never worked out on a Sunday, and if I do, it's very rare. But Sunday is always normally my rest day. So this is where we kind of built up where we're at currently. Actually, like started tracking my macros. I downloaded my Fitness Pal for the first time, and I was actually like checking what I intake into my body. Like I was really like on it. So the bulk went successful. I would say we got all the way up to 190. I did hit the weight goal, and then we're currently cutting down right now. Where as of this morning, I weighed myself. I'm currently 173.2. You got to add the point two. So yeah, we're cutting down, and I'd say we're looking pretty good. I still got a couple more pounds of fat I want to drop, but this is the first time also in a cut. Like I'm actually like really serious about this cut instead of like last time where I wasn't really taking it too seriously. I was kind of just, oh yeah, I'm on a cut, just kind of to say it. So learned a lot, experiencing a lot. It's a good picture right here. Um, so yeah, that is my fitness journey as of today. We still have a lot of things we want to achieve. I know personally for me, and this is kind of where the second phase of the video goes to. Personally for me, I've always wanted to be strong. So and get those numbers up on the bar. So squat, bench, deadlift. So I'm kind of starting this power building program later this year when I go to bulk, and we're gonna try to bulk and try to hit 200, the magical Samsung 200-pound number. So I'm gonna try to hit that number, you know, and I think I can do it. I'm interested to see what my body looks like at 200 pounds and the type of numbers we're going to be moving. But of course, you guys will see it all here on the channel. Blast some more trend, of course. Maybe some SARMs if we're feeling dangerous. But yeah, that's kind of where we sit today. And again, going forward, I kind of want to focus on strength and not as much the bodybuilding aspect of it, because bodybuilding's great and all, and but I've been training like that for now about 4 years. Even if you want to like say I wasn't really doing it at the beginning, for about, let's just say 2 years now, I've been training as if I'm a bodybuilder, like really focusing on the different muscles and time under tension and all that fun stuff, right? It's time to switch it up for a little bit. And I feel like training also gets stale a little bit if you don't switch things up a little bit and try new things, especially with the gym, because the gym is your domain, is your hub. No one's making you do, incline bench press if you don't want to do it. So that's a goal we're trying to work on, something that I want to do going forward. Okay, it's that time of the video where we go over the motivational quote of the week. And this motivational quote is going to be, failure is a bruise, not a tattoo. It's on my TV, that's why I'm looking over here. But I like this quote because a lot of people treat failure as if it's permanent. And yes, in the sense, like, you can't make that failure go away in terms of the immediate failure. Yes, it is technically permanent. However, it's not something that isn't going to go away over time. It's something that should stop you from trying to accomplish things in the future. So, like, for instance, going off what we just talked about, when I cut down and I lost a bunch of size, I consider that a failure in my fitness journey. If I stopped there, I wouldn't look the way I look today if I just stopped and used it as a tattoo instead of a bruise or like a chink in the arm and be like, oh, well, let's just keep going. And that's the thing I think a lot of people have issues with, is that they dwell on those failures too much and they let them consume them, and they let them stop them from being better and wanting to improve and wanting to do other things. And, so that's why this quote really spoke with me. Again, I don't know who this quote's from. In this one in particular, I got it off a YouTube video. So the last one was your grandma. Let's just say this one is your old geometry teacher. Your old geometry teacher said this quote. But that's the quote of the week. Thank you guys for watching. Of course, make sure you hit like, subscribe, drop a comment, and